In today's episode, I'm sharing an easy and fun kids' Easter project. Let's get started! Since I thought this would be such a great project for kids to do, like in a classroom, I wanted to use materials that were easy to source. So I'm using a couple of items that could be brought in by the kids from home to use to make the little vases. I'm using this jar and this salt container. Now, if you didn't happen to have enough salt containers, you can just use a piece of chipboard that wraps around the size of the vase that you're using. You don't need the bottom for this project. Start by measuring the width of the piece of chipboard or the cardboard container that you're using. And then you're going to transfer the measurements to a piece of scrapbook paper. Make sure it is long enough to wrap all the way around your cardboard at the width that you cut it. To cut the bunny shape that I used a die cutting machine and this Sizzix Fabby die, which is this cute little bunny. And I cut several of them from different coordinating scrapbooking papers. If you did not have this die or a die cutting machine, you could use a stencil, you could even just print something off and trace around it. I cut 5 different patterned bunnies. I wanted to make my main bunny have sections of the different colors and patterns of paper that I chose. So on the back of it, I measured equal portions, as equal as I could get them, and then aligned each rabbit one at a time and marked where I needed to cut so that they would fit in sort of a row. Now I've got them all cut so that they fit in that row, but it's a little thick. So I did go ahead and make my pencil marks and trim them down into individual sections before placing them back onto the rabbit. To make a little decorative border, I'm using craft punches, another great scrapbooking tool that translates well to children's projects. I chose 3 different punches that I wanted to use and then just cut out several of each of those different 3 punches from the different patterned papers. Decoupage can be a great option when you're working with kids. I'm using Beacon's Fast Finish Decoupage. It's a little thinner than the normal, it's not quite as gooey, for lack of a better word, and it cleans up pretty easily. Coat your chipboard or your tube, as I'm doing, completely with the decoupage medium. Then you're going to wrap that first piece of paper that you cut around the tube shape and place another layer of the decoupage over it. You want to saturate it pretty well. Use your hands to really smooth that paper out. You don't want to have wrinkles and crumples and ripples and things like that, and it'll peel right off until it's dry. And just smooth it out as smooth as you can get it so that you avoid those bubbles. Apply the decoupage medium to the back of the base bunny and center that on the tube. Then begin adding your different strips of the other patterned papers. Add those little punched out shapes around the bottom and top edges. I did want to add a strip of ribbon, so I left a little room beneath them and the base and the top of the rim. Once you've got them where you want them, give the entire piece another coat of the decoupage medium and let it dry completely. I use Beacon's Mixed Media Glue. You just want a clear drying adhesive to mount a piece of ribbon around that bottom edge and around the top rim of the cardboard tube. You don't want that rough edge to show, and this ribbon will help hide that. To really give the bunny a sort of quilted effect, I'm using a white gel pen and just making stitches all around the bunny and along the borders of each of the patterns of paper. I used that same clear drying glue to add a little button for the bunny's eye. If you had some pom-poms, a little fabric pom-pom would make a really fun tail, or even a cotton ball for the kids to add. I have a little bit larger decorative button that I'm going to use for the tail of this bunny. Lastly, just slip that jar inside your decorated tube and it's ready for the kids to give to Mom. It would be fun to have the students make a new little sleeve for the jar for all the holidays throughout the year. We hope you enjoyed this fun, kid-friendly project. Follow us on social media, and remember, as we always say, when creativity knocks, open the door.